Hi, this is Pasta. I got 99 fishing today, so it's time for another progress report. I started working on 99 fishing when pay-to-play came out, which was about 2.5 months ago. At the start of pay-to-play release, I had 68 fishing for the Fishing Guild. And I stayed at the Fishing Guild for all of 99. I caught a mixture of lobsters, swordfish, tuna, and sharks. I did sharks a bit when I wanted to AFK more, and I did a mix of lobsters and swordfish and tuna for most of the time. Swordfish and tuna are about 5% faster XP than lobsters, and they're a little bit less profit. I fished around 17,000 tuna and 10,000 swordfish before realizing that there was a bug and that the catch rates of the swordfish and tuna were incorrect. The game will first roll for swordfish, and then if it fails it will roll for tuna, but it was doing the opposite and rolling for tuna first, which meant that the ratio is way off. So I lost out on about 3,000 to 4,000 swordfish in place of tuna. Before noticing that, I should have been paying closer attention, but I just assumed that it was correct. Almost all of my time in the last 2.5 months in-game was at the Fishing Guild, but I did a little bit of woodcutting here and there when the game was more active and I was doing a lot of trading since I could woodcut close to a bank. I also got bored one day and decided to get some of the Legends Quest requirements out of the way. So I trained crafting to level 50 with a mixture of hard leather bodies, cutting gems, and making holy symbols from silver bars. Silver bars are very hard to buy, so I only managed to get around 750, and I luckily was able to buy over 1,000 hard leathers, so I didn't have to tan them, and those were really fast. And then I just had a little bit of gems left that helped me finish the level. I also got smithing to level 50, and I did this by making iron dart tips. I bought the iron bars and then made them into dart tips and sold the dart tips, and this was around break even, though I think that the prices of the dart tips have gone down since then. Not a very good XP, but just to get to level 50 it was fine. It was around 25k XP an hour. And finally I did a little bit of mining. In a previous video I said that I thought the fastest mining spot was in free-to-play, but that's not true, because the Legends Guild mine has more iron spawns, so you can have an average faster tick rate mining there because of the increased number of spawns. So I just needed to train a little bit of mining XP here to get to the Legends Quest requirement. Getting crafting to 50 took maybe an hour but cost around 1 mil. Getting smithing to 50 took maybe 3 hours from where I was at, and then I spent maybe half an hour mining to round that off. So the only remaining Legends Quest requirements would be combat related, which I'm not going to train until after I've done as much thieving as I want to do so that I can left click pickpocket. And then a few herb lore levels, which I will get over time because I buy unidentified herbs. Haven't actually made a single potion in this game yet. So basically I've only spent like 1 million GP on skilling total, and most of the rest of the skills I have not cost anything, other than maybe a bit on magic also. So all of the money that I've earned from woodcutting and fishing I've just been hoarding and turning into more valuable resources to me. So I'll show you what my bank is looking like after finishing these two skills. For woodcutting I did mostly use, though a lot of it was in free-to-play and I didn't get to keep the logs, and for fishing it's all fish from the guild. So I sell my fish as I get them, and I also trade them for cooked fish for people who want to do that. The reason I want cooked fish is because I'm going to need a lot for thieving and for agility, which are both skills that are top on my list to train after future updates. So tuna and lobster both seem like good food for that. The sharks I probably will sell, but I think they'll go up in price in the future. Most of my money is invested in herbs and also a decent amount in dragon bones. I especially focus on Hairlanders and Aventos. These are unidentified Aventos, because those are used to make energy and super energy potions in the future, and most likely I'll make those all into potions and then use them for agility. But if things ever change, I could also sell them and they'll probably go up in price. I also have some vials and herb lore secondaries that I bought early on in pay-to-play for pretty cheap. and most of these herbs I bought unidentified aside from Aventos and Hairlanders. Also bought a pirate's hat and some headbands because I like how they look. And most of this isn't worth too much down here, just miscellaneous stuff. Also have 314 strange fruits. I buy those from people who want to sell them while I buy other things from people. And I'm hoping that those will be useful for agility after the next update, since they'll restore 30% energy. If nothing else, I can use them while I'm questing at least. I bought some dragon hides early on in pay-to-play also, because I knew those would go up in price with the alch value change. Most of the dragon bones I bought for under 1k each, and now they're getting close to 2k each, but I have bought a bit more recently also, because I think they will still keep going up. And that's pretty much it. I have more items in my bank than I would like to right now, but all of these have a purpose, other than these mackerels which somebody gave me for some reason. So from here I'm still just waiting for the next game update before I do anything new, so I'm going to keep fishing. I'll probably try to get at least rank 2 in fishing since rank 1 is actively playing and the other people in between me and rank 1 are not playing. And I might also go back to doing some woodcutting when I feel like it, since now both of these skills are at 99. So depending on my mood and what I feel like AFKing, I could do either woodcutting or fishing and feel good about it. The next game update is probably going to be out sometime in the next month, but we're not exactly sure. And once that happens, I'm planning to start training thieving because it's going to become around 20 to 30% faster with the reduced stun timer. I'd like to get thieving to at least 99, and if I enjoy the skill, I'll get it to 200 mil. Because if I get 200 mil thieving, then I'll know that I'll never train it again, and I won't feel bad at all about training up my combat skills and being able to access the rest of the game. I also want to train some agility once the run energy update hits, which is the next update, but energy potions don't come out until 1 or 2 patches further out. So I may do some agility with the strange fruits if that seems decent, but most likely I'll keep waiting until energy potions to train it very far. I also would like to do my agility XP at the Brimhaven course most likely, because I think it'll be fun. So I'll be anticipating that update. As for the rest of my herblore supplies, I may use them or I may just sell them in the future. Most likely they'll hold value or maybe go up in price. The energy and super energy potions will get me to a decent level, so at that point I'll just have to decide whether I care to spend a lot of money to get further levels or whether I'd rather have the money for other things. And as for the dragon bones, I mostly bought them because I saw them as a good investment, and I certainly won't use them until the 2005 Ectofuntus update. So either I'll hold them until then and keep banking dragon bones if I have extra money, or I'll sell them at that point. That's all for now. See you in the next update. Thanks for watching.